right, here we go.
All righty.
Josh Linley with you at the 2012 MIAA Media Day. Northwest Missouri State head coach Adam Dorrell's with us. Second year at the helm, coming off an 11-3 year, 7-2 MIAA and NCAA quarterfinal berth. How's year two looking for you in your plan for continuing the tradition of Northwest football?
Oh, good so far. I've been very excited about our senior class, number one. They've done a great job since they took over our program in January when we got back from Christmas. Had a really good spring with those guys. Their leadership this summer's been really good. So it starts with them going into the football standpoint of it. Defensively, what we've done in the off season, we've gotten better as a defense because we've had kids that have actually had some experience. They're growing, and then we added a few transfers that are going to help us out defensively. And so far, everything's going good, and I feel really good about where we're at right now because of our senior class.
You did that talent last year, and you continued to win football games. Now is after a very rough start to the season. Take me back to the start of the year, and how did you guys as a program come together and move on from a tragedy and continue to have success on the football field? Because mentally I would think that would be a very difficult thing for a program to do.
Sure. Again, you talk about seniors. I think our program has always been strong because our seniors embrace whatever challenges they need to embrace, and last year they did that. I mean, they stood behind me. Our coaches stood behind me, but it started with our senior class last year. They were just phenomenal. Just a bunch of kids that were warriors that weren't going to allow Scott's death to be a distraction. They were going to play hard for him, to honor him, and they did that. They did it each week, and it was awesome to be a part of.
The Pittsburgh State-Northwest rivalry, it continues to grow, and you guys have been in the upper end, at least from appearing in national championship games, and then last year they go and win the national championship. Sure. Does that have an effect on your program at all and what you guys do to approach this season?
No, not really. Obviously, anytime a team in your league is succeeding like they did, I think it makes your job harder recruiting. That's just my opinion. And they've got a fine football program. They always have, and those guys do a phenomenal job there. I think it's just going to make the rivalry stronger. I think it's going to make Arrowhead that much louder. And, we've both got a lot of proud alum. A lot of them live in the Kansas City. I can't go somewhere without seeing a Pitt State or a Northwest or, Paul. So, it's a great rivalry. I think it's one of the best rivalries in college football.
Yeah. You'll beat up on Pitt State. They'll beat up on you. Missouri Western's in the playoffs. Oh. Washburn's in the playoffs. 4 teams in a 6-team region. I know why the NCAA does it the way they do it with travel costs and those. But with the MIAA being so strong, is it sometimes frustrating? And when you coaches talk, that we get there and we battle through this year, and then we've got to go beat up on each other in the playoffs again.
Sure, I know Coach Partridge said that last year, leading into the playoff game. It would be neat if you just took the top teams from our league and then just, ranked them out, and one played 24 and 2 played 23 and went right down the road. Because
you could have a Final Four.
Yeah, I'm serious. I mean, our league's that good, and I'm proud of it. From being a guy who played in it, it's a very tough league.
You mentioned that senior class. What do you have back that you like a lot, and where do you feel your strengths are heading into this season?
I feel like our defense is going to be a strength for us with the kids that have experience coming back. Offensively, I feel like our quarterback, he played a lot last year. Trevor Adams played in our playoff games. He's a leader on offense. And then our 2 tailbacks, Franklin and Simmons, are back. Special teams-wise, Todd Adolph was second-team all-conference kicker last year. Goodburn's back at punter, had a good year as a true freshman. Long snapper's back, 2 good return men. So I just feel like maybe we're not flashy at a lot of spots, but we're very solid at every spot, and I think that's what makes a good football team.
One more rivalry game that kind of gets pushed to the side a little bit, maybe not internally, but I think as far as media coverage and maybe even fans is with Truman State and the Hickory Stick, and the longest continuing trophy game in Division II. And that game's not going to happen this year with the unbalanced schedule. And then Truman is leaving the conference next year. What effect, if any, does that have on the program? Is it kind of bittersweet to see them go and have that game not continue?
Well, no, not to me. From a guy who grew up in Maryville that watched that rivalry, it's very disappointing to me to see that thing go. I know I told their radio people that because they asked me. It's sad. I'm hopeful one of these days we're going to be able to get it back. I really am, and I know if that opportunity ever presents itself, we're going to do everything we can on our part to try to get that game back.
Well, good luck to you this year, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.